Hello, welcome back to Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking, the water cooler episode, the 10-ish minute news show where I talk about literally everything that happened today so that you're a little bit smarter about everything. We are back after the long weekend. It is Tuesday, February 18th. We had a great time. I'm hoping you had a great time just relaxing, getting the days off of the internet and going outside to touch some grass because we could all do that a little bit more. You already know the drill by now. We're going to go ahead and start with everything that happened. I would normally say overnight when we clocked off, but over the 3 days that we've been offline, it's not going to be everything because it's the weekend, so I'm just going to give you the top, and then we're going to talk about everything that happened today up until the moment we clocked off. Easy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with just a few things that happened over the weekend. First, Trump's Border Czar, Homan, called for the arrest of New York Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC as you probably know her, because she was sharing information with illegal immigrants about the literal rights that they have under U.S. law.
You know, I'm sure a free speech argument can be made. Okay, she has every right to say anything she wants. When does it cross a line into aiding and abetting lawbreaking? Would it have to have direct involvement by her in helping people to evade ICE?
That's exactly the question I posed to the Deputy Attorney General. I asked him to look into it. I says, I know through my career, someone steps in front of you, in between you and the person you're arresting or repeating. Yeah, that's a violation. But at what point do you cross the line on saying you're educating people versus you're teaching them how to evade ICE arrest? So I've asked that question to the Department of Justice for clear guidance so I can share that with the officers of ICE. So we're looking for that clear direction so we can start taking action on people that want to evade, who want to help educate these people to evade ICE. So hopefully any day now we get that guidance sent out to the field.
That is not illegal. Let me just say that. 2, Donald Trump fired thousands of U.S. Parks and Forest Service workers for seemingly no reason whatsoever. But a lot of people have been fired for pretty much the same reasoning. 3, Elon Musk's team at DOGE forced out the head of the Social Security Administration after she refused to give them access to personal data of Social Security recipients.
We have some breaking news for you. The acting head of the Social Security Administration has resigned. Michelle King's departure comes after she refused to provide DOGE staffers access to sensitive information. Your information. King had been with the department for 30 years. It's the latest act of resistance meant to slow cost-cutting moves by President Trump and Elon Musk. DOGE had to go to court to gain access to Treasury payment systems, and it is fighting to enter a sensitive database in the IRS.
Thank you, lady at Social Security Administration. 4, a Delta flight carrying around 80 passengers crash landed at the Toronto Pearson Airport, flipping upside down and literally catching fire. It's crazy. Look at this video.
We're in Toronto. We just landed. Our plane crashed. It's upside down. Fire department's on site. Upside down. Everybody. Most people appear to be okay. We're all getting off. Some smoke going on.
I don't believe there were any casualties, but I do fucking repeat for what feels like the 10,000th time this month. What the fuck is happening with our aviation system? In response to all of this, would you like to hear what our new transportation secretary had to say?
But again, air crashes happen, but they were more under Biden than Donald Trump. But the point here is we want to get to a place where we have zero crashes. We don't want people to die in aircraft, which is why what I've done is focus on how do you upgrade the system. But Will, you look at what's happened, the airspace around DCA, that was allowed to stay open under the last administration. The inspections that were done of the aircraft that have crashed, that was done under the last administration. So it is rich that they would come at this administration for the mistakes that they've made and blame us for the crashes. We're going to fix what they refused to fix over the course of their 4 years. And that's the mission of this department.
Yeah, that's gross. And last for the weekend, the IRS is planning to hand over unlimited access to taxpayer data to Elon Musk and all his DOGE teenagers. Well, if that wasn't all horrible, let's move into the news of today, where I'm hoping something better happened. Spoiler, I actually already know what happened today, but let's do this for you. Around midnight, top Russian and American officials met for talks on ending the war in Ukraine without Ukraine. Explain that to me. What is... At 5:36 a.m., we got a new video of that Delta plane crash, and this one is of the plane actually hitting the ground and like catching fire. Just take a look.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Oh, that's... Tower, you're seeing this airplane just crash into 3.
At 5:46 a.m., the U.S. Food and Drug Administration fired at least 20 employees directly involved with reviewing Elon Musk's brain implant company, Neuralink. Okay. 5:58 a.m. A district judge ordered the Department of Justice and New York City Mayor Eric Adams to appear in court tomorrow to discuss that whole shit show. At 8:55 a.m., Joe Rogan's podcast slipped to the #2 spot today behind the anti-Trump podcast Midas Touch. Now, we all know that Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking should have taken the top spot this week, but I guess that just means that there's room for growth. 9:24 a.m., a Maryland court ordered a blogger known as Ziz, Z-I-Z, who leads a cult-like group connected to 6 killings, to be held in jail without bail. At 9:56 a.m., Cynthia Erivo has been cast as Jesus in the Hollywood Bowl's production of Jesus Christ Superstar, and as you can imagine, we already know what all of the worst people on the internet have to say about this, and here's my opinion. If you didn't like Wicked, you certainly do not get an opinion about this. At 9:58 a.m., a Florida man has been charged with shooting 2 Israeli tourists who he allegedly believed were Palestinian. Okay, that's something. At 10:55 a.m., Simone Biles will be joining Religion of Sport, which is the production company founded by Tom Brady, Michael Strahan, and Gotham Chopra, where she'll champion projects around women, individual athletes, and mental health and wellness. We love that. I will be checking that out, Simone. At 10:56 a.m., fashion model Winnie Harlow. Yes, you do know who Winnie Harlow is. She's the one with vitiligo, is that how you pronounce it? The vitiligo, where the skin color pigmentation is different. Anyway, she is now engaged to NBA player Kyle Kuzma. At 11:05 a.m., NASA announced the chance of an asteroid hitting Earth in 2032 has risen to 3.1% from 2.6% yesterday, which is the highest assessment ever recorded. So there is some good news in today's news for you. At 11:53 a.m., Pope Francis is confirmed to have pneumonia in both lungs, but remains in good spirits, the Vatican says. At 12:05 p.m., Donald Trump announced that he is giving schools and universities 2 weeks to eliminate all diversity initiatives, or he will just cut off federal funding. Perfect. At 1 p.m., the founder of Panera died at 81 years old. I will be chugging buckets of broccoli cheddar soup in his honor. At 1:12 p.m., a federal judge denied a request from some states' attorney general to block Elon Musk and his DOGE people from accessing systems at several federal agencies. So I'm sure that'll be appealed, but that's just not great. And at 1:31 p.m., the Trump administration announced that Trump has signed an executive order claiming that only the president and the attorney general, I guess, can speak for, quote, what the law is.
Lastly, we have another executive order that President Trump signed relating to independent agencies. This executive order would establish important oversight functions in the Office of Management and Budget and its subsidiary office, OIRA, supervising independent agencies and many of their actions, and also reestablishes the longstanding norm that only the president or the attorney general can speak for the United States when stating an opinion as to what the law is.
There is no way that this ends poorly. Anyway, yes, I stopped tracking the news at 4 p.m. That's all the news that happened up until 4 p.m. That's crazy. So we'll check back in tomorrow where there's definitely going to be more news that happened after 4 p.m. because there's always shit happening. You know that and I know that. Until then, if you want to see more of me, you can find me on social media. I'm on TikTok and YouTube at I've Been Traveling. I'm on Instagram and Threads at Ben Keenan. You can always find me here at Ben Keenan Just Can't Stop Talking on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. But until tomorrow, peace.